Uchi Makikomi. Uchi Makikomi. And means inner wrapping, inner winding throw. And Makikomi is a wrapping action, okay, or a winding action, a wraparound. And it looks kind of like very much like a Nippon Seoi-nage, except you kind of go wild with it and wrap it in Makikomi. What we're going to do, the basic thing is the defining thing, there are two defining things on Uchi Makikomi. One is you're such a deep hip entry, you're wrapping, and another thing is the arm movement, okay? So let's look at the arm movement first. It looks kind of like Seoi-nage, except it's not. You're going to come in here like this, and it's over. It's like, oh my God, that's a sloppy Seoi-nage. Well, it is kind of, actually, you know. And another thing is you've got this. Another thing is the deep hip action when you're rolling them over. And I'm going to have, because I'm so much taller than these guys, it's better that two guys the same size can you than one Steve. So let's look, first of all, coming back here, so you should get plenty of room to see it. Can you get it? All right, so let's look at how to do Uchi Makikomi, and just go ahead and throw them once so you can see it. There's an Uchi Makikomi. Can you come watch how he wraps, he kind of comes in, he wraps under him, and he shoots back, and we're going to work on all this stuff, and he rolls them over. That's more of a classic Kodokan Judo, very basic application of Uchi Makikomi, okay? And a lot of times, it turns out they'll call it Uchi Makikomi if a guy really tries to Seoi-nage and he kind of slips over his shoulder and he still keeps throwing him. And say, oh, that's a good Uchi Makikomi. So it's, you know, it's kind of one of those things. So let's kind of parse it out here. Now, when you do this, when you're coming in, you know how we do a Seoi-nage grip. So start with a Seoi-nage grip. Okay, come on in here, keep on Seoi-nage grip. But it's good. Now, see how I threw it deliberately over his shoulder. Okay? Now, look at his step in. He's exaggerating on purpose so you can see. See how he stepped in here? He's got a lot of room back here because with his left leg, he's going to back in, his back step in. And see how he's backed in? Now he's really in position to throw Steve, and he's just going to roll him over as he does it. That's the winding or wrapping action. That's the Makikomi action. Okay? Now, without me blabbing, just do it again. See, it's a real wrapping, winding, it's a wind-up. And that's the Uchi. There are two basic types of Makikomi, Soto Makikomi and Uchi Makikomi. So there's Soto Makikomi where you're coming over the top, okay? Now Uchi Makikomi is when you come under the bottom. And those are the two defining things about whether it's Soto Makikomi, Uchi Makikomi, okay? So pretty much any time you get under his arm, come into a Seoi-nage, and he might just, he's going to come to you and say, now hop around out here and just move back. So he's moved around it. So there, see, he's in position I can wrap around in the Uchi Makikomi. And that's a common thing that will actually happen in a real judo match, even a sambo match. You can do that again, where Derek will come in, and the guy will hop around, Steve will hop around. He'll end up still throwing him, but he's wrapped him deeper. Okay? All right, so I want to save the body for that. A few more times. No, good. Now, when you're doing this, a lot of pulls, like you're coming in on Seoi-nage. But remember, when you're coming in, look at this step. Now, step too close to him and you're blocking yourself. You don't want to step too close to him because he's blocking his own body out. He can't get in well enough with his back hip, the back foot. So when he steps in, he's going to step out here, come out again a second. When you're stepping in here, don't step to him, step across out here. See this movement? See all the space I've got? Now I can come in, when I come in and shoot in, I can come in and turn and in position. Well, that's what Derek's going to do, okay? So when he comes in, you're going to come across that body, and that's it. It's a big round rolling action, okay? Any questions on that, guys? You want to see Steve to get thrown 20 more times with it? Of course, yes. Now, one thing also, the arms. There are really two defining things about Uchi Makikomi. One is the big wrapping action, we just showed that. The other is the arm action. It looks like Seoi-nage, except you kind of screwed up on it, okay? It's really just over the shoulder and hug him to you like that. His arm should be kind of around your neck here, like this. Now, we don't want to leave it there too long, you might choke him. But when he comes in, see how it wraps in tighter? And that's the basis of this throw. Okay, so one more time. Now, notice the big outsole, basic entry. He doesn't step to him. I can't stress that enough, guys. Step across, okay? So he steps across. As he comes in, he steps deep. And see that big, deep back step? That's the thing that got the big roll to happen. the big Makikomi action. That's the very basic way that we practice it. I think it's pretty much the basic way that anybody in Kodokan Judo would practice that. There are other applications, but that's the basics. Okay? All right, let's give that a try. This will help you in doing your Uchi Makikomi better, because this is a little more realistic application of it. Because you might come in for like a Seoi-nage, and I say cut against the grain, goes against the action of the throw to kind of move away from you, and helps you get the Uchi Makikomi better. So this is a demo here. So when I come in, and I Seoi-nage, and Eric hops around behind me. So if I come in here and he hops around behind me, I can now do this. Okay, so this is a good action way, a good realistic way of doing it. So when Derek comes in, you see that? That's what's probably going to happen a lot in a real like judo match or sambo match. You're going to come in for your Seoi-nage, and he's going to cut against the grain of it. He's going to hop away to avoid the throw, and that helps you get in deeper. See how that wrapped in deeper? It looked like he was supposed to do that. Well, that actually happened. And if you watch really good competitive judo or sambo, you'll see this come up from time to time. The guy will try and get Seoi-nage, the guy will move away, but actually what it is, it helps like newer people learn this better because it's a little more realistic way of doing it than the very basic way that I showed before. This really does work with us. So when he comes in with Seoi-nage, so watch Eric. See how he hops? Now, there it is. It's set up the Uchi Makikomi. Now, don't get all worried about whether my foot should do this or that. Just remember, you want to wind him and wrap him over your body. It's really a super deep, it's a too deep Seoi-nage. You're going way with your butt out here, you're throwing him over your back, and you're wrapping. Again, there are two major actions that we do in Uchi Makikomi. We know it's Uchi Makikomi if you really wrap him deep over your body. That's a Makikomi, to wrap it around, winding throw. And the other one is coming up here, okay? If both are present, it's definitely Uchi Makikomi. If one is present, it's probably still Uchi Makikomi. We're still going to call it that. So even if you come in like a Seoi-nage and you still got a hip in there, we're probably still going to call it Uchi Makikomi. Remember, no matter what you call it, just call it Ippon, right? Okay. So let's look at that more dynamic way of doing it here one more time. He comes in and he'll try something, he hops around, and he just rolls right through. That is common. Now, you'll see that a lot. And someone say, boy, that was a cool Seoi-nage. Okay, call it what you want. It was really Uchi Makikomi. Okay.
And one of the things that helps me a lot is trying to get 90 degrees from him so that my hips are pointed towards him, and then grab the inner...
Point that out. Let's point the great point. Watch this.
So as the arms shifts from the regular Seoi-nage grip, and it's up over, and you know that your head, catch him right there and bring it down. Number one, you won't get choked very easily that way. He might still try to do it, but that's where this comes in. So you get your hips 90 degrees, and you've got a good hold of the inside of his arm, so that when you start turning in, there he goes.
That's a good point. Did you see the hand controlling arm control? Point that out again. Watch what he does in Uchi Makikomi. And again, this is one of the differences in Uchi Makikomi and Seoi-nage. Now look at the hand there. Great point. That's all. He's got control here. He's got control here. And the wrapping movement even adds more control to the whole body. That is beautiful. Glad we're going to talk about that too. Thank you for doing that. Okay. Let's work on that. It's a little more realistic application of it, and I think you'll pick it up a little better